Join me today as we take a lap around the Ghostbusters collection room.
The Proton peg is not a toy.
It's been about a year since the last video of the collection room, and a lot of things have changed. Obviously, this is where we're going to go. Same as last time, as you open the door, you see Slimer. Got him hanging from a little string there on the smoke alarm. And then here on the wall, for Christmas, I got all of the variants of the Ecto-1 and Ecto-1A license plates. So that's where they are displayed. Any collection room is incomplete if it doesn't have a couple of detolfs full of figures and things, right? So this is the wall you see a lot in the background of my videos. You probably recognize the glare in the poster as well. Sorry about that. I fight that battle every video. On the top here, really happy to have added this Kenner trap back to my collection. Did a video on this one. It still opens with the pedal. And then I've got the Ghostbusters board game that I've never actually played. But the box art is great. Down below, you'll see Wave 1 of the Hasbro Plasma Series figures. And then the Wave 2 down here with some of my Ghostbusters Afterlife merchandise that I've gotten so far with the Ecto-1 and the Stay Puft Marshmallows, Muncher, and then the original Ghostbusters in their Ghostbusters Afterlife form, we think. Down below here, we've got some books, videos, video games, just different ways of collecting those things. And at the bottom, the new characters from Ghostbusters Afterlife, still in package. I haven't opened those yet. As I said, got the poster here. This is my original Kenner Real Ghostbusters Firehouse. I did paint it to look more like the firehouse from the movies years ago. I did the interior too. Ended up changing that out, so that one doesn't get featured quite as much. But the outside still looks pretty cool. I could use a little update on the sign. But also made some changes to Ecto-1 as well. So that one got a repaint when it was yellowing really bad. I just painted it over white and then painted in some of the movie details into the Kenner Ecto-1. You see we finally got a box of cereal displayed here with the Playmobil Ghostbusters and Ecto-1, as well as some of my plush characters and the Slimer that I got from Spirit Halloween a few years ago, and then the new smaller trap and PKE meter that I got for my birthday. Below that, you'll see some Lego trains. That's another thing that I collect, and don't really have a great place to store all that, and so it doesn't really fit with the Ghostbusters stuff. But I thought it looked nice here in this old shoe cabinet. So that's where those guys stay. This is where most of my videos are made, with this card table and folding chair. Not a whole lot to it. Do my videos on my phone. Let's take a look over here. We've got my Spirit Halloween Proton pack, not modified. It's the original version. It's not the one that came out this year. Might eventually get that one, but this is the one I have for now. Up on top here, one of the balloons from my birthday is still up here with Mr. Stay Puft on it. As I kick the chair, we have the Proton wand, MOD, Hasbro, whatever it's called. And then I've got a box from when they had the Krispy Kreme Ghostbusters merchandise for the 30th anniversary of the movie in 2014. and then an autograph from Ernie Hudson when he was at a Frisco Rough Riders baseball game. They had these when he was signing them. These are my original real Ghostbusters figures from Kenner, except for the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I bought that at a toy store years ago. I didn't originally have that version because the one I had was the plush one, and I liked having the one that was a lot bigger than the figures. Down here we have our Matty Collector Ghostbusters and Slimer and containment unit. Below that are the other Matty Collector figures, including the rookie, Vigo, Vince Clortho, Zool, and Walter Peck, along with a cup that a friend bought for me, and some of the caffeinated Stay Puft marshmallows that are now bricks. They are very hard. And at the bottom, the infamous Big Lots Ghostbusters. Got those on discount, as many of us did, along with the hot beverage thermal mug and free balloon for the kids that my wife got for me last year. And I also picked up the CD from Ghostbusters 2, so that's still in package as well. And so that displays well with those Ghostbusters 2 figures. This little table is kind of a workbench type area, or just a catch-all for whatever I'm working on at the time. This is my Alice frame for the Ghostbusters 1984 pack I plan to build, and the idealized Max Factory shell with a bumper on it. Right now, still waiting for more parts. Hopefully the supply chain issues will work themselves out soon, and we'll start getting a lot more parts, and look forward to continuing that build. This is my newest addition to the collection room, is this art / photography wall. Along the top, these scenes are from a calendar that came out a few years ago, and I just cut up the pictures on the calendar and then put them together like a banner, and it just happened to fit that wall perfectly. So happy to have that up there. And then this is there's no actual album in this Ghostbusters 2, I don't know what you call it, promo flat. And I just picked up this one at Fan Expo Dallas. I got this one at Fan Expo a couple of years ago. This No Ghost logo actually came from the same calendar that I cut up for that. And then on the other side, as I walk around the table, we have my autograph from Adam Savage, as he can be seen right there in the Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer. Here's me, Adam, and my son at Fan Expo Dallas 2021. A few years ago when I met Ernie Hudson, this is my picture with him, and a close-up of the autograph and of him actually signing my pack. And this is the Ghostbusters Afterlife poster that came with the Lego Ecto-1. Didn't actually come with mine, we bought it separately, but happy to have that in my collection as well. Up top here, this picture of me next to Ecto-1, you can actually see my original Proton pack that was just built out of foam core. And this was in 2009 at the Ghostbusters the video game release party. I was actually a beta tester for the game, and I was actually able to go up there when they did the midnight release of the video game next to the Terminal Reality, and they brought the actual screen-used Ecto-1 right after they had refurbished it to Dallas for that event. So it's exciting to be able to see the car from the movie there. And then this is me when I was a kid, with a lot of the things that you're seeing in my collection room still. There's that Stay Puft Marshmallow Man I was talking about. and a lot of the figures and toys, as well as birthday cake from 1 year. These props you see on top here are the ones that Target is selling for their costumes for this Halloween. So I got those for 40% off with a special coupon, and they make pretty good belt hanger display pieces. So they look nice on the top here when you're not looking super into the details. The trap doesn't even have 2 separate doors. So you start looking at it, you see how not accurate they are. But from a distance, they look pretty good. And then my son's friend, his mom painted this onto a rock. And so my son didn't have a place for it, so obviously it found its way in here. More of my props are in these old TV cabinets. So you'll see my Spengler Neutrona wand from Hasbro, as well as my mini rad detector that I got from Alex Newborn a few years ago. Below that you'll see my Mattel ghost trap and PKE meter, along with some just gloves. I had to have a place to put those, so they make a nice display for the PKE meter that way. And then the Mattel Ecto goggles. My boots are back there, along with an MT500 radio and some elbow pads. Down on the bottom, where can't hardly see it with the darkness here, but that's my toaster that dances, along with some cheaper versions of the PK meter and traps that have been available over the last year or so. Moving on from there is my Proton pack. This pack has lights and sounds. It's aluminum and fiberglass, about 30 pounds or so. And this is what I've been working on, or working up to, for about 12 years now. And still gets tweaked. When I do notice things that need to be changed, I do so as I have opportunities to do so. And you're never 100% finished with a Proton pack, is what I've learned. This box that it's sitting on, I custom painted. It was originally for musical or DJ equipment, and it's got a nice halo of padding around it, so my pack fits nice and snugly inside the box, and makes it easier for me to not worry about it when it's sitting in the back of the SUV or whatever when we're on the go. And I don't just have to throw my pack in the back and then hope for the best. So it's got a nice cozy little home to stay in when I do travel. And I did, get that out of the way, I did spray paint and stencil some of the stuff on there, including the logo and then my name over there as well. So this is my Ghostbusters 2 poster from my bedroom from when I was a kid. I've had this since the second movie came out in 1989. My mom laminated it back in the day, and I'm glad she did, because it helped to really preserve that poster, and it still looks almost brand new. So I'm very happy with the way that one has held up. Over here, this is all that's left really of my original Proton pack that had the foam core. I keep this because it was signed by Dan Aykroyd right there on the cyclotron. Some more balloons for my birthday. The Lego Ecto 1, the Lego Ghostbusters, and I've done some customizations and branched out to a few characters that Lego has not produced yet. I also made my own Stay Puft Brickheads figure. You see that with Slimer and Peter Venkman, and a couple of versions of the Back to the Future DeLorean time machine. There's the firehouse. Ecto-1, I also modified one to be an Ecto-1A. And then I built my own slime blowers for Winston and Ray, so I could have Ghostbusters 2 variants of my Ghostbusters figures. Down below that, you'll see the original version of the Ecto-1, the You Can't Park That Here car. And that's in a little bit of disrepair, so it kind of hides in the shadows. And then some ghosts that I've collected or built, including Lego Fearsome Flush. Below that, I decided that Mixels made great real Ghostbusters style ghosts. So they're fun to display with the firehouse and the Ghostbusters. And then below that are some vehicles that I built, including Jurassic Park Jeeps, the Ecto-2, and then some street vehicles like a taxi cab, a city bus, a school bus, and a fire truck. The fire truck and the bus were basically copied off of a Lego Marvel video game. And then in the middle you see the recreational vehicle from the Lego Batman movie. So that pretty much wraps it up for the Legos I have on display. So move over here to the closet door. I have a Real Ghostbusters Proton pack. This is not my original one. I did buy one recently because I had seller's remorse as soon as I sold the other one to help fund my actual real Proton pack. And then I converted the Ecto Charger into more of a slime blower for my kids one year for Christmas. And this was the result. This is a Nickelodeon slime shooter thing that looked very much like the slime blower cannon. And so this was the result of that. I actually made two of them. I just have one hanging out right here right now. Here's some Ghostbusters Hot Wheels that I've collected and just decided to display in a frame. A couple of guys hanging from the air vent there. Got my guitar out here that doesn't get played hardly enough. And then some Ecto-1s that I've collected, including the Transformers Ectotron and this Hot Wheels 2-pack of Ecto-1 and Ecto-1A. These are the Hasbro Kinder re-releases of the Real Ghostbusters figures. So I bought some to have in-car or on-card and some to actually display. But these are all the versions that just came out within the last year. So Egon and Peter, Ray and Winston, Slimer / Green Ghost, and Stay Puft. The new Ecto-1, which was the Hasbro Kinder re-release. And then I have actual carded Ecto-Glow figures, including Winston and Egon. The Egon figure I had autographed by his voice actor, Maurice LaMarche. So I don't know if that causes it to go up or down in value or desirability, but I thought it was cool, an opportunity to get something from the cartoon on card still, signed by the voice actor. And I did that a couple of years ago, again at Fan Expo Dallas. And then at the bottom, this is a carded Janine that I bought at a vintage toy shop a few years ago. And then again, the Hasbro Kinder Classics Fearsome Flush and Bug-Eye Ghost. In the closet, is kind of a catch-all right now. This is the boxes corner of stuff that is on display and out of the box. If I ever need the boxes, I have them handy. I do have a Captain America shield that doesn't have a good place to be displayed in a Ghostbusters room, but I do like it. Glad I have it. Built my own hoverboard out of pink foam board, kind of like my original Proton pack. So that's over there. Some sports jerseys, random stuff, boxes. This is, like I said, just kind of a catch-all for things that aren't on display. Some of my tools that are in here for when I am working on my Proton pack, I'll do it up here. I do have my uniforms in here. Different versions, different sizes. And then the trunk with some of my other collectibles down there at the bottom. And then some baseball cards that I had signed by a lot of Texas Rangers players from over the last 20 years, 30 years or so. That about does it. Thanks for taking the tour with me. Hope you enjoyed looking around, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.